want you to think about something. If he puts all you fuckers on a pedo hunt, and it turns out he's not a pedo, he's going to take the whole NCO down with him. He asked you guys to do a gay op on a guy that we don't know if he's guilty or not. The guy he's enlisted is famous for making false pedo allegations. This is a bad fucking move, and it could affect every single commentator in there. This is not, I gotta be honest with you, this Just Destiny thing, it has more to do with their communities not being connected. That's what it is. That's all it is. This really could blow up in everybody's face, especially if we commit to going after this guy's. I mean, the whole thing rests on whether he's a pedo or not. What a fucking coin flip. This is a bad, bad idea. And I cannot stand by it. If it comes out that you guys were all fucking gay opping this guy, and he goes, I will absolutely disavow it. I'm just telling you, this could blow up in your face and you built something great. It's gonna be taken down by this prick, and he's gonna walk away and be fine. Look, I 100% agree that videos have to be made. There has to be some pushback. There has to be there has to be some kind of pushback or something like that. But not this pedo shit. You want to get him on the copyright striking? Yeah, great. It's worth trying, right? I understand the lack of consequence, but the fact is, now we're bringing in a bad actor in a situation. A guy that's willing to do anything, and he doesn't give a fuck about Just Destiny, and he doesn't give a fuck about copyright strikes. What he cares about is his channel bleeding and his reputation. And now Clown's gonna go and try to bail him out. That's my problem is. We built this as an alternative to him. And he is the one that's gonna take it apart. He's the one that's gonna spoil our reputations. We gotta all sit there and say, maybe he's a pedo. It's gonna fuck everything up. It's gonna fuck absolutely everything up. And that's what I'm concerned about. And God, let me tell you something. Just Destiny is a piece of shit. But if he gets smeared as a pedo and he's not one, holy shit. Holy shit, we did something horrible. And that's what's gotta be thought about. And he's willing to do it. He's willing to stand by a guy. He stood by a guy that said, I piss in kids' mouths. What do you think he'll throw us aside like it's nothing? Find out. Find out why I called him on the Catch 33 or I called him evil. You're gonna find out if he keeps around. You're gonna find out the hard way.
Phenomenal, my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me Fuck all that shit, just let me go.
Broadcasting live from the heart of Europe. This is the most badass YouTube broadcast in all the known land, ladies and gentlemen. I am Tommy C, and this is Shot from the Point Live. My point man today is none other than the doctor, Dr. Shvaka. How are you, sir?
That's not me. That is not me. I never said that in my life.
How are we doing, fuckheads?
We had an interesting night. If you're tuning in, if you're living in Iraq somewhere, Nick had his video come out, and from what I've seen, it's been somewhat successful. All you can hope is for their algorithm right now. Some of the complaints about the video have been nothing less than hysterical. COG already had to retract his statement, saying that we said that Keem requested Nick's docs. That was completely untrue. I really actually wonder if he actually watched the video. I've even heard the grammar discredits the video because there's a grammar error in the beginning of the definition. I've heard that Nick and I are actually involved. That's a little tough to believe because we have video of me telling Tro how pissed off I was, and you can see that when the video starts. And it's a little tough to believe that Nick was okay with it all along when he was reporting to me, and he was reporting to Tro all along. Nick wanted Zoom too. Yeah, he said it as a goof. You went for it, and the undercover operation began, genius.
Brilliant.
Wow. And yes, the whole team has been working. It's across every T and dotting the I, and that's why the grammar got fucked up, because this was in charge of that.
Back out.
Long time no see.
I'll take responsibility for that one.
Yeah. We both blew that.
I missed it.
By the way, there was 3 encodes before that video went up, so we have no excuses. Today I'm going to talk to you about, go into depth on what I think I think the NCO got off way friggin' easy. I think the reason for that is there's not any screenshots. I'm told that they're going, or there is an effort to go back to February 11th, 12th, to find screenshots from that particular time frame. I would love them to come out because guys like, I'll say their names there in the video, Black Wolf Company, John Swan, if I remember correctly, and what's that guy, James Albury? He's his editor.
Right. So
Albury, Jonathan, right? You're going to see them sucking cock, being okay with what he's doing right up until the point when he was tried to be framed as a racist, and Keem said he was going to send him docs. I'm not sure, it was too long ago, and I didn't screenshot it at the time. I didn't think to do that because I was more interested in the phone call that was being recorded at the time. I'm pretty sure they were okay with what Keem was doing up until the time, and if I had to bet, I've got no proof. I had to bet they were okay with sending him his docs up until the time he started looking for stuff that would make him quote-unquote racist. This was an operation in search of a crime. As Nick explained in the video, thank you so much, Cat Computers. As Nick explained in the video, we had more than enough to prove that Destiny had a horrible apology that honestly made it worse and made him look more guilty, that he sent a phony cease and desist letter. We had more than enough to show that he made a false copyright claim. The problem was that he didn't get a minus under his name. Keem made it that abundantly clear in Nick's video. That's what this was really about, and he denied that several times on Augie, and he also has gone back on this and said, yeah, that's what it was about. Again, so, and I even heard something on Cogstream, something that we all had the best of intentions. My only intention was to get him the fuck out of there for the reasons that happened. The reason I didn't release this in February, or I asked him, Nick told me he's going to send it for rainy day, but if we did it right now, Zoom had already doxed him. So I kept my mouth shut.
Yeah.
It wasn't my story to tell. When I was told by Keemstar, either didn't know what we had to spill the tea, do it. I said no, it's not mine. It's my evidence. I never even seen it at that point. Well, Nick decided to do it on his own, and I disavow. 100%. So I mean, these really lame connections. And did some guy do a stream trying to take Nick's video apart, and he thought he actually did the whole stream, and it was the wrong Destiny? It was Twitch Destiny and not Just Destiny?
yeah, that's what I saw on Twitter when I woke up.
Hey, let me tell you something, folks. You could do this without defending Just Destiny's actions. Nobody, and you can check my old streams, is sticking up for Just Destiny's actions to Lieutenant Cobra. What they are is when Keem's video didn't land, when he asked me to touch kids, which is a disgusting, completely loaded, out of context question, because we're talking about copyright strikes. This stretch to find his that he has some deep-seated, like Keem the psychologist tried this deep-seated pretense for pedophilia because he made a bunch of he put girls that were on daytime television dressing inappropriately, and then somehow they found pedophilia there, or a pedo might look on it. We had a real we had a real what do you call it? That's what it is mentality back then. And I think that's the whole problem with 2019 is that's what it is. Everybody's searching for the kitty fiddler. So much to the point, even if you're not, because here's the thing. When Do You Touch Kids doesn't land, right, he has to be a pedophile. He gained subs that night. Keem lost. So that's all this is about. And you're going to see here 100% that I was 100% against it. And I don't know why anybody would believe with our history that I would ever help Keemstar. Ever. I know how corrupt he is. I know how manipulative he can be. And I also know when other YouTubers around that badmouth him, like some of those guys in the chat that were mentioned, turned their whole attitude on when he was let in. It was a huge mistake. And there's no doubt about it right now. I'm going to go into a little more depth into the right opinion, who, in my opinion, ironic, is probably, well, let's start here. This is what burned my ass. I want to talk about things that burned my ass. You can see February 11th when this all starts, because I think it was 6 my time. Maybe it's 8, I'm not sure. 6 my time. And I was like, come the fuck on. He goes, there's no reason. I want him out. This is my first official reaction. And he tells me, why don't you go into a discussion about it? I'm not debating with Keemstar. I know he's a crook. It's ridiculous. Tell him he has an angle. Let him own his mistake. This isn't right fresh on the heels of Do You Touch Kids? You know. And then this is what I said that really this burned my ass, and this is more than likely why I decided to give all the evidence to Nick at the end of the day. This guy publicly said that I don't pay my child support, and I let my kid choke. Again, you know, he made that shit up, sort of like I had to be a lousy father, right? I'd actually show my child support papers in 2017 to prove that. He Zoom dug up a video on me, took it completely out of context, was letting my kids choke. Yeah, my wife called me and says, yeah, I don't think my kid can breathe. Would she really call me for that, or wouldn't she? Hey, my kid can't breathe. Why don't you bring him to the hospital then? Halfway across town. And Tro's answer really changed my opinion of him. I don't want Destiny to win this, even if Keem's a nut. So right there, he knows Keem's going to release another video, and I don't want it to sink. And that was the problem. That really encompasses not just us, the right opinions, attitude that time, everybody that was involved and was aware. Which is about 7%, which I said before. That encompasses absolutely everything. The only redeeming quality, actually, I wouldn't say this. I would even go as far as to say at least, right opinion has the wherewithal and really the he cares about his reputation. He cares about truth. Because he actually owned this before all Nick's video came out. And for the most part, but I'll tell you where he got something extremely wrong, has to do with confrontation, he told the truth. Both me and Nick believe that. And he owned it. I think it says a lot about those other members. By the way, the only guys in the NCO, from what I've been told, that have been pissing and moaning about me and Nick are the ones that are guilty. So please, whoever's digging up those old things, I can't wait till that comes. From what I understand, you can only scroll down so far. But if there's a way to get back to February 11th, I am all February 11th this year. I'm all for it. I can't wait for it to come out because I think what it'll do is it'll show that Nick probably went a little easy on them because he forgot to screenshot or didn't screenshot. They were right up Keem's ass. So that's where I differ. But the problem is when you're doing something like that, you have to have the screenshots to back it up. Otherwise, it's just an accusation. Well, you know what? I do streams. I saw it. They sucked them off. It was disgusting. And I made my opinion well known. I goofed on him. I did everything I could. The only other person that I absolutely, without a doubt, that I remember stood up and said, this is wrong, was Nerd City, and I mentioned that in previous broadcast. The only guy that I remember. And before we try to make the kid out to be a racist because he copy strikes somebody, yes, that's fucked up. You know how passionate I am about that. But it's not worth it. I'm sorry. It's not worth making a 22-year-old kid a pedophile. It's just not worth it. It's not right. It's an investigation and search for a crime. And here's another thing. A lot of those guys in the NCO, the Blowbacks is going to like this. A lot of those guys in the NCO laughed at Blowbacks and Augie and Scully and all them, who absolutely fucked up another stupid pedo fucking job that YouTubers are unequipped for. All right? And Tro was making fun of them. Tro was making fun of him. At very least, it looks like Blowbacks had a stronger lead. I found that ironic when it was going on. But again, we couldn't do anything. So, I want to go to this video and explain why I did what I did. But I will say this. Tro owned this for the most part. Now, he didn't mention my name as far as somebody who was warning him. Unfortunately, I had somebody come to me of the days of this, and they didn't believe I warned him. That's the thing that I think it pisses me off already because it hurts my reputation to some extent. Why the fuck would I lie about that, though? I mean, like, you can always look up the tweet. I warned him. I told him how I felt. And he knew better. He had tunnel vision. I don't believe he's malicious. I certainly don't believe. I mean, he certainly wasn't happy when Nick was reporting back to him, and it was clearly the whole thing was out of control at that point. Sure. I don't think he went, oh, let's go dox this guy. But it's like he was willing to go any means necessary, including being on Keemstar. But I don't think he knew what bringing on Keemstar meant. That me and Nick knew. But you know what? That's no excuse. And if I had to guess, I can't see in Tro's heart, he fell for tinfoil Tommy. I think he believed it. This wasn't a show. These are personal DMs. I sent him the first one, the original right here. I got a response that I would have never expected in a million fucking years.
You notice, though, most of the times when people call you tinfoil Tommy, it ends up being true on what you say.
Well, so I think he fell for the meme. It's such a hard-on for Keem that I would just overblow the thing. I don't think I got anything wrong here. So we're going to play the whole thing.
Leader of the NCO, what are his motives to allow this entire event to transpire? Well, he wanted Keemstar in this chat because he would take down Just Destiny. And as it says here, he thinks that taking down Just Destiny is the most important factor here, placed before what I would assume are ethics and morals. It is impossible to clear the right opinion of all blame because he was warned. Take these DMs, for example. There's also a video message that Tommy C had sent him that's pretty damning by its own.
And by the way, these messages are all through the night, and I'm doing anything. After I got this, I was like, okay, he's got to see my face. He's got to see how serious I am about what bringing Keemstar could mean.
I want you to think about something. If he puts all you fuckers on a pedo hunt, and it turns out he's not a pedo, he's going to take the whole NCO down with him. He asked you guys to do a gay op on a guy that we don't know if he's guilty or not. The guy he's enlisted is famous for making false pedo allegations. This is a bad fucking move, and it could affect every single commentator in there. This is not, I gotta be honest with you, this Just Destiny thing, it has more to do with their communities not being connected. That's what it is. That's all it is. This really could blow up in everybody's face, especially if we commit to going after this guy's. I mean, the whole thing rests on whether he's a pedo or not. What a fucking coin flip. This is a bad idea. And I cannot stand by it. If it comes out that you guys were all fucking gay-opping this guy, and he goes, I will absolutely disavow it.
Do you think I was cooperating? Do you think I would tolerate that Nick was cooperating after saying that? And this is the night that it's going on. I'm aware of Zoom. I'm aware of Keem. What part of you thinks for a second that I'm cooperating, that I had the best of intentions? My only intention was to get him the fuck out. And with our history, is that so hard to believe?
I'm just telling you, this could blow up in your face and you built something great. It's going to be taken down by this prick, and he's going to walk away and be fine. Look, I 100% agree that videos have to be made. That has to be some pushback. There has to be there has to be some kind of pushback or something like that. But not this pedo shit. You want to get him on the copyright striking? Yeah, great. It's worth trying, right? I understand the lack of consequence, but the fact is, now we're bringing in a bad actor in a situation, a guy that's willing to do anything.
I want you to remember that phrase, bad actor.
And he doesn't give a fuck about Just Destiny, and he doesn't give a fuck about copyright strikes. What he cares about is his channel bleeding and his reputation. And now Clown's gonna go and try to bail him out. That's my problem is.
Let me explain that statement, right? Because I'm surprised it hasn't gotten all fucked up just yet. Clown invited him in the chat officially. I thought he was much more involved than he was. I didn't see Clown's name all night. None, nowhere, nothing. He certainly wouldn't have supported this pit, and it didn't appear he supported when he got a look at it. But Clown did send the invite, which gave me the impression at the time that I made this on the 12th of February that Clown was a little more involved in this than I thought. From what I know, right, unless he's going to say something different, Clown simply sent the invite to the chat. That's it. That's all I know, unless he knows something I don't. So I know there's going to be conspiracy theories read into that. But as far as I know, and he was all for Keem coming in, because Clown is naive as fuck when it comes to Keem. Please check to catch 33 when I call the fucking guy evil. And it's laughed at, it's scoffed at, it's very tinfoil. But no, Clown had no involvement. Only the people you know about in Nick's video have involvement as far as I know.
Built this as an alternative to him. And he is the one that's going to take it apart. He's the one that's going to spoil our reputations. We got to all sit there and say, maybe he's a pedo. He's going to fuck everything up. He's going to fuck absolutely everything up. And that's what I'm concerned about. And God, let me tell you something. Just Destiny is a piece of shit. But if he gets smeared as a pedo and he's not one, holy shit. Holy shit, we did something horrible. And that's what's got to be thought about. And he's willing to do it. He's willing to stand by a guy. He stood by a guy that said, I piss in kids' mouths. What do you think he would do? He'll throw us aside like it's nothing. Find out. Find out why I called him on the Catch 33, or I called him evil. You're going to find out if he keeps around. You're going to find out the hard way. The guy you're talking about is a guy named Zoom. He first came to my attention because he actually apparently, although it was a joke, played...
Keem should have laughed off losing 3K subs. Yeah, you'd think, wouldn't you? But I've been telling you how petty he is, and how psychopathy is just a simply way of life. And getting even on people. I've been saying this for years. He wasn't going to let this slide anymore. He lost like 32 subs the night, Sharp TK did a video, and I made a crack about debated that night back in 2017. I was put in a call with Keemstar, and Keemstar, Leafy, and Clown. I'm with the Clown Court. I've made the story before. The guy is absolutely berserk when it comes to this stuff. Don't let him fool you that he doesn't give a fuck. Why would he go on Augie's stream? Why would he be in here all the time? Why would he be defending himself in COG when he clearly didn't watch the video?
That was beautiful.
Child porn for his girlfriend, and got exposed for it by his girlfriend. He since went on and accused all sorts of people. If you really want to get to the bottom of it, Nick's got his whole background. He's a former Lizard Squad guy. He's connected with white supremacists in the alt-right, and he frequently doxes people live on the Ralph Ray tour. And doxed the fucking DeOrio as well. That's who we're dealing with. That's who we're enlisted. That's who we're getting in fucking bed with.
I thought at this point I was making progress. That he would actually pull the trigger.
People that don't really talk to Tommy every day, these videos, this is 100% serious, Tommy.
I couldn't be more serious. I didn't want this. I wanted to leak it. It is true that I wanted to leak it as soon as, but I was like, Dick's like my family, and that's the end of that. Yeah. And then when Keem put me on the spot and said, expose me, you could see it in our chats. I think it was on Sunday's show, or it might have been Sunday's show. Go ahead, do it. I bit my tongue, which I'm not very good at doing. It's not my story. Nick put himself at incredible risk. Incredible risk.
That's putting it lightly.
If you accuse him of being a part of this, and by the way, and I could prove this, and I'm sure, I'm not. There was a deal cut, right? After I write, let's see, remember playback position. After I write this, I cut a deal. You take Nick. He's not in the NCO at this point. In exchange, in exchange for dealing with this bullshit, he took the deal. He took Nick. Nick wasn't going in there to help Keem. He hadn't done it before. I don't know if I shouldn't fucking talk about this. The narrative is utterly ridiculous.
And it pisses me off. Zoom is the guy. He's a Lizard Squad guy, connected to the alt-right, reads out doxes on the Ralph report as early as last week.
I've been told he's not Lizard Squad since, but that's what the information that I had at the time. I don't think it really matters.
It was like a 4chan.
Oh, the video doesn't work. You're a liar. Nah, well, that's what I knew.
All sorts of false. Talk to Nick. He knows all the history. I have nothing to do with this guy, so I gotta go to bed. All right. Nick told me.
You can see now it's February 12th or the 11th. This is all through the night.
When you guys are talking, Nick said, "Why don't you get Zoom as a joke?" And he's like, "I'll get him right on it." That was mentioned when I was live and you guys were in some kind of meeting. That's what Zoom is, right? When that guy gets involved, we got a problem. This is all about fucking saving Keem. This has nothing to do with Destiny. Nothing. You know? And I understand how important, getting this guy is and making him pay.
Was Tommy doxxed? Not yet. But Keem admitted doxing me on the on Augie's stream. Yeah. I don't know what for. I don't know what I deserved that. I imagine he took my PayPal information but I did have a problem shortly after I left Baited. A guy had acquired a bunch of information. He got a picture of me and my daughter and suggested I was fucking her. Now, I don't know if Keem had anything to do with that, but the fact that he said that he doxed me, he didn't give any specifics or anything like that. But yeah, he's admitted it. Admitted on Augie's stream. I don't know what that entailed. I was told once he read my real name, full name, last name, which I really don't give a shit about because it's actually part of my channel. It's out there. But he said Callahan and not Callahan, and I always I found that kind of amusing.
The movie.
Yeah.
That's why.
Don't think that's lost on me. I do think it's important, but I think the NCO is more important, and I think keeping distance from him is more important.
I don't want Just Destiny to win this one, even if Keem's a nut. Keem's gonna release another video tonight, and I don't want it to sink. Jesus. Then there are the DMs of me explaining what essentially was play-by-play of what was happening in the Google Hangout
that also kind of destroys the fucking narrative that Keem was in on it. Hear that? He's getting into the play-by-play.
Yeah.
Or Nick was in on it, excuse me.
You know what the craziest thing to come out of this whole situation is?
What's that?
Buddy saw all this happening and didn't say a
He
thing.
didn't do a fucking thing.
But hashtag Buddy knew.
Buddy knew.
now confirms Keemstar is working with Zoom. There's no excuse on why Keemstar wasn't removed right away, there and then. This had clearly gone off the rails.
You should never let in the first place. I don't care how bad or what level of bad. I mean, he definitely thought he was a nut. He said that to me. You don't bring a guy like that in. I don't believe that Tro knew how bad, because Tro doesn't obviously take me very seriously, and I think that's what hurts the most. He took me with a grain of salt. He didn't take me seriously. He saw my videos as a means to some kind of prior beef. He didn't see my videos of, I'm trying to help you, I'm trying to help the team, and I'm trying to protect Destiny to some extent because it doesn't deserve this shit. It went too fucking far. It was an investigation search for a crime, rather it's searching a crime itself. We had no evidence, none, zero, zip, that this guy diddled kids. None, zero, zip. It was unnecessary. Tro's not getting a raw deal. Tro's getting the deal. Tro was warned repeatedly, and I was ignored. And if the fucking tinfoil Tommy thing came into effect in his decision, how ironic. How ironic. Look, he did take responsibility. His guys are led. You know what? All those fuckers should come out and say what they did or they didn't do. Their silence is deafening. But I'm sorry. Tro allowed this. He knew from me. He knew from there. I made videos. I pleaded. I begged. I was accused of that not even being true. I've been accused of cooperating with this. He's been accused. Tro was responsible. He made the call, and when I tried to make it personal and say, look what this guy's done to me, I'm saying no, I'm a member of this team. Just Destiny, getting him was too important. Now, is that as bad as doxing him? Is he a bloodthirsty doxer? No, he's not. But I tell you what he is. He's not much of a leader. He's a great content creator. He's a good person. I hope he snaps out of this or whatever. I'm nobody's wishing for anything bad to happen to Tro. But he did this with horrible, gross negligence.
I'm going to go ahead and back.
And honestly, Clown, you should know a little better to hang out with Keem like you do, too. I've always telling your days coming.
So many warnings.
So many warnings. There's no excuse. There is no way. You were okay with letting Keem in, too, pal. And you can't pull the tinfoil card because we knew what was going to happen, and when it's happening, we told people. And everybody told us to shut up. I'll give you a fucking example. They have this stupid thing in the NCO where they keep a number. They change the name of the NCO, and they have a number, right? They actually have a number. And I changed the name, right, to We Become What We Hate. We become what we hate. And Tro, who doesn't like to confront people, confronted me about that because he's very angry. And the rest of the chat was really angry that we might have forgotten the number. Nobody gave a shit about what we were doing or how far we were willing to go. Yes, you did. You got him in the chat. It was a horrible idea, Clown. But no, I don't believe for a minute, because I think you're terribly naive, and so is Tro. And it didn't matter what Nick and me could say. to you guys because we don't have the sub count. The guy sit there joking around about me, my child support, don't feed my family, the tinfoil memes. It's just endless. It's endless. The fact that he's here every day, the fact that he can't let go of anything. It's endless. It's endless. And I'm sorry, Clown, if it hasn't gotten through your head yet, but that's not my problem. Everybody wanted him in, not me. And that should have been enough. And not only that, it went fucking belly up for the reasons I said it would belly up. It got out. Nick decided to drop it. And I said I'd disavow. Everything I said would happened. And you know what? I'm sorry if you guys cannot get a good read on him. I'd be happy to talk to you when I'm done. Because I have even more proof that this is unbelievable what I'm about to play you. This is absolute 100% evidence that he knew better. Now, he may be telling the truth. He may be telling the exact truth and saying that he has a problem confronting people. He didn't have a problem confronting me. He didn't have a problem telling me down. He didn't have a problem lecturing me about changing the number of the chat. Apparently, that was way more important. I think he called me a grandstander or something like that. Yeah, I was grandstanding. But he knew. Notice Jay Aubrey's name in there. Yeah. He knew this situation. He understood it thoroughly because he explains it thoroughly in a video that he made in September.
I think this sentence from something else's video sums it up quite well.
I mean, as Jaden said, yeah, we all really depend on each other and actually help each other behind the scenes.
Everyone really cares about helping them.
Nobody knew he was going to grab Skype. That's true. Nobody knew. But they should have known they were with a bad actor. So your judgment and other people's judgment, and by the way, I've made bad calls too before, so I'm not fucking picking on you. You can throw 𝔻𝕊𝕬𝕑𝕑 in my face. But you still got to own it. Tro owned it. I owned it with 𝔻𝕊𝕬𝕑𝕑. Time for those other guys to own it. Anybody that wanted him in, bad judgment. Anybody that went along with, and I'm not 100% sure, if those things get dug up, I'm not 100% sure those guys are off the hook. Because guys that were making jokes about Keem and calling him out in the chat that I saw weeks earlier were all too happy to kiss his ass over Just Destiny. And there was conversations in that chat about finding out he was a pedophile with zero evidence other than a thumbnail. And Tro knew better.
I think this sentence from something else's video sums it up quite well.
I mean, as Jaden said, yeah, we all really depend on each other and actually help each other behind the scenes.
Everyone really cares about helping themselves. That's fine, and it is definitely reflected in how they defend each other. However, if they are defending a community that will eventually be infiltrated by bad actors, they will have...
Do you remember that word?
By bad actors, they will have a lot harder of a job retaining that audience, because when you live as a collective, you die as a collective. They are collectivists, which works great when everyone is winning and getting loads of views. But as the TED Talk revealed, all it takes is one bad taker getting out of hand to fuck it all up.
Tro knew this was a bad move because he saw it happen in the other community. He's ridiculously smart. He's much smarter than I am. He knew. The irony is staggering.
It's crazy.
He knew this was a bad deal, and he was being warned straight through. Now, I do kind of find, like, once the thing got rolling, it's like, what the fuck? DeOrio, go record. At least to protect our own ass. But nobody called Keemstar out. Nobody wanted to do it. Nobody wanted to go on because some of them were in on it. They were in on it. Now, I do believe that nobody knew how far he could go. Definitely Clown, certainly fucking Nerd City who spoke up. But not that I saw. The Jay Aubrey, Ryan Swan, Black Wolf Company seem to be all for it. That's what I'm testifying to. And if they dig up that, go back to the 12th in the NCO chat, that's fine. And Clown, you know why I quit. I told you after I quit, and I told you and Nerd City in detail. And I kept it myself because of Nick. Don't want to listen to me, that's fine. You want to call me tinfoil, that's fine. I get goofed on for being fat, stupid, all this other shit.
The best part about it is this wasn't even really supposed to come out now.
No.
It was forced almost when Nick was talking to Keem. It had to come out at that point.
Someone, yeah.
We didn't want the whole NCO to go down and break apart and do all this shit. It was.
I wanted those guys to be punished. I did. I wanted those guys to be punished. I didn't really want Tro because I just thought he was being stupid. And he's not stupid. He was being stupid. And I think there's some truth to the fact that he can't approach anybody except me. So, yeah, when I saw, look, this guy's fucking with my family. We're bringing a bad person in here. Look what he's done to me. Hey, we got to get Destiny. I knew he didn't give a fuck about me. A fuck. And that's got nothing to do. I never asked for a fucking lift or a collab or nothing in there. But I didn't even have the respect. I didn't have the respect to say, hey, this guy, he's done some rotten shit. Just Destiny. And we already had him.
I'm going to go ahead and back
I'll read those
out.
at the end. Thanks, Amazing. We already had him. But there was no minus. There was no social blade minus. It was too much for everybody to fucking deal with because they're all hung up on their fucking egos. Whenever I bust Keem doing something, I don't get a minus. This probably won't equal a minus on his channel. Nobody knew he's doxing. That's actually not true. That's actually not true, Clown, because Tro got the play-by-play. As far as I know.
Well, anybody who knows Keemstar should know that he's tied to all this
Doxed you, Clown.
from his past.
Comically.
100%. Didn't he dox you when he went away
Even if Zoom isn't involved in this, it's brain dead. And he's responsible. So those other guys too.
Oh, no, remember, it's Nick's idea to bring Zoom in, remember? Because
it's Nick. That's right. It was Nick's idea. Nick's idea because he made a crack. And what a great opportunity to get the guy that fucking terrified your family by flipping the recorder on.
Yeah.
And by the way, he's reporting me the whole time. He's reporting He's reporting the Tro the whole time. He's telling him what's going on. When Tro gets up in the morning, I get yelled at for changing the name of the group. Let's go over some of Nick's video, and then we'll call it a day. I suggest highly that you go check out Nick's video in its full. Bring the popcorn. It's a movie. It's 50 minutes. But let's get to the big things. Let me make this clear. What Keem's accused of and what's proven without a doubt. Keem tried to use this to grab this guy's Skype ID. Any big YouTubers, you're calling him for drama alert ever again? I don't think so. I don't think you are. Tommy looking at that Jerry curl. I have curly hair, all right? It's just getting hot, and my hair gets curly when it gets hot. I'll shave it like I do every spring, maybe next haircut.
No.
Do I really look that bad?
No, it's just weird.
All right, here's his two major point. Keem went out of his way. He had an investigation searching for a crime. All right, we know that for a fact, with absolutely no evidence to base it on other than thumbnails. That's a fact. Keem tried to use a Skype resolver, and I heard Nick's title is misleading. Keem didn't hack him. He wasn't able to get it. He failed at the hack. He's still hacking, and he's not even good at it.
Genius.
He's still not getting good at the hack. That's all it means. You want to die on that hill? Go ahead. Right? He tried to use a Skype resolver to threaten this guy, to scare the shit out of him. But he already had the shit scared out of him because I spoke to him, and he had a VPN. So if you have to talk to Keem, use a VPN. All right? The other thing is he spread the docs without a shadow of a doubt. Sorry to spoil the ending, but he gave the docs to Lieutenant Cobra. And Lieutenant Cobra shared that information because he knew it was fucked up. By this logic, you should automatically anticipate that doxing's going to happen. If that's I knew it was going to happen because I knew he's crazy. You just don't believe he's crazy, Clown. I'm sorry.
That's what I was saying.
I anticipated it. You know what? I don't know if you could make that argument when I said it was going to happen. It was going to happen. it happened? Because I think I have better judgment than you. I'm sorry. Maybe it's because I'm older. I have better judgment than you when it comes to him.
Like, if you paid attention to Keem the last few months, you would know that he is about this
I
shit.
knew he would search the end of the earth. Nothing was past him. Nothing. Nothing. Obviously, I knew. Obviously, I knew. The video says it. True. I knew something was going to happen. In principle, I knew something was going to happen. And it was worse than I imagined. I didn't know about Skype resolver until 2 days ago. So I can't be nuts when I'm right. Please tell me when I'm wrong. And you know what I'll say? I'm wrong. It's bad judgment. He's a bad guy. Go back to Catch 33. He's evil. And when he feels threatened, Clown, you really quoted him perfectly. He's a rat. A cornered rat. So we know we spread the docs to the kid that hated him, the kid that he struck, the kid that got the phony cease and desist letter, the kid that was threatened. And we know that he used a Skype resolver. And we know he went on a witch hunt. And we know we tried to dig up tweets from the past to pass him off as a racist. Did I know all that? Well, of course not. Did I think it was a possibility? Yes. IP Scraper is not hacking you drive turkey. I think it is. If you're going... Look, I'm not getting these fucking semantic debates about words are. All right? You can call it hacking. I can call it fapping. You can call it whatever the fuck you want. He was using that shit to scare the shit out of this guy. And he had no reason to. He has no basis to. It's wrong. And if you want to say that's morally fine, that's fine with me. But it's not. It's sick. We got the guy that controls the news and who lives and goes. Yeah, and did I tell you guys last year that he was putting, commentators behind him to fucking attack me, and I proved that without a doubt? Call it whatever the fuck you like. I mean, I suppose putting a cheat on fucking
I'm gonna go ahead
Apex Legend isn't exactly hacking, but they call it hacks, don't they? Get the fuck out of here.
Destiny, doxing is bad if someone has the intent to harass.
Yeah, but you said you had the intent to harass Just Destiny, so wouldn't that make your dox illegal?
I said that I wanted to harass him, but...
That's the same as that means intent, Keem.
Oh, whatever, I guess I'm guilty. I'm not hacking into his shit.
Let's get in a word debate.
I'm not doing anything but looking at public information that he posted publicly. So, this whole thing where...
He didn't know Zoom swatted. Glad to hear Cog, because at this point he says, everybody knows Doom swatted before in this.
Tommy plays this big guy, and same thing with Nick, where they play this fucking big guy like, you know what, we have dirt on Keemstar. No, you don't. I doxed him. What are you going to do about it? And I don't give a fuck what anyone says. If you think
Then why'd you go on Cog?
My career is going to be ruined or hurt in any way for what I just said on this show and what I've admitted to, you're crazy.
Here's what I want you bigger YouTubers that are watching this to see. Here's what he said. He got caught. He said he didn't have intent. He totally proves that he has intent. And then he's realized you can't do shit anyway. All right? The next time you get on Drama Alert and it's a blown up fucking issue or it's bullshit or it's twisted and turned or God forbid you call up a 17-year-old girl that told you you're 25 and you as a big YouTuber see yourself on Drama Alert, just remember you didn't spread Nick's video. Just remember you knew, just like Tro did, just like I did.
And I highly recommend
guilty by association is bollocks. You know what? We were all associating and helping. That's the connection. It's not guilt by association. I walked by a murderer, therefore I'm a murderer. We had guys helping in calls, Skype resolvers. That's not guilt by association. That's like saying I do drugs because fucking Zhivago smokes because I hang out with Zhivago. That's not what we're saying there. We have proven collusion.
Let's put the pressure on fucking Fat Oreo and Tommy C and let's fucking expose. Come on, get it out there. Let people know what you got.
He thought it was MLG host step. That's what I think.
Otherwise, you're full of shit. You stupid motherfuckers got in your cars and you want to play chicken with me. Well, guess what? I am not
I didn't see you help at all other than bring him in the chat, Clown. I said that clearly in the beginning. I didn't see you help at all.
Swerving. Let's go. Release the audio. Release the audio.
Really?
But do you?
But you were okay with having him in.
Do you touch kids?
Let's break this part down, shall we? The accusation Keemstar made was based solely on 3 specific factors. 1. JUSTDESTINY made questionable thumbnails. 2. JUSTDESTINY admitted to some form of abuse in his childhood. 3.
In the video, Keem says he was sexually abused. He never admitted that. He just, that's the way they were thinking, in a witch hunt mentality. Talked to JUSTDESTINY. He said he was not sexually abused, nor did he ever say on any podcast ever or interview that he was sexually abused. Just abused.
3. JUSTDESTINY struck a video where a child called him a nonce. This is a slang term for pedophile. Now, if you think accusing him of being a pedophile is a reasonable explanation to come to from those 3 specific factors, then you're fucking stupid. We are hindering our entire argument on thumbnails of screenshots of Dr. Phil's content that...
Connor, I hope somebody... I don't think I named you. You were in the video. You were in there, and I don't think you had a problem with being in there. And you may have right, don't dox anyone. I think you were also in the thing is saying don't do that. So I don't think anybody's pointed the finger at you.
Aired on daytime television. This is the kind of big brain thinking that we are discussing here. Abuse? Who said it was sexual? That's sure how it was interpreted, but do you have proof? And maybe the thought of being called a fucking pedophile wasn't something...
To pay people who should have known this would happen is just crazy. No, it's actually called a judgment based on history and experience. You shouldn't bring in a guy that says, I'm a child abuser. You shouldn't be in a guy that lies about... or never redacts when it's proven that I don't that I don't pay my child support, and the plethora of stories, and he's he's only batting about 50% for naming pedos. We could go, the list goes on and on. Basherverse, I mean, Jesus Christ, to say he would know what he'd do. No, I think you can make a safe assumption, a judgment call, let's say, that you don't bring Charlie Manson in your house for fucking dinner.
That JUSTDESTINY wanted on his record, especially from a young, impressionable fan base that Keemstar commands, who would listen to anything that comes from this guy's mouth and spam the innocent man's channel. You don't have to be a pedophile to feel disgusted for being named one with no evidence to back that claim up. To put this even further in perspective, and I'll try not to laugh, imagine you're a guy at tips.fbi.gov, a guy who is fucking tasked with analyzing Dr. Phil thumbnails. If you think it would be embarrassing to send to the FBI, maybe it's embarrassing to hinge your entire YouTube drama on.
I feel like he was enjoying getting in trouble just to see if he can get out of it. I agree. That's the way I always felt about him.
On it, which, by the way, and I can't stress this enough, is where all internet pedo accusations should go. Law enforcement...
Remember the story I told when I called him when he's really depressed? Are you okay? What would make you feel happy? And he said, I want to destroy somebody when he was losing like 1,000 subs a day. Yeah, I think you're right about the narcissism.
How many times does he tweet out, oh, I'm bored, let's fucking start drama with somebody?
Yeah, I know.
That's like once a month.
There's more evidence not to let him in the chat.
And contacting the FBI, so proper procedures are met, is probably your best choice, and the wrong guy won't be publicly shamed.
So wait, you told me to go reach out to Zoom, so I take your advice, and now I'm the bad guy?
The joke was based entirely on the fact that Keemstar knew Zoom doxed me less than a month before.
And before they get into this, you can watch the whole fucking video. Nick is reporting back. Nick is telling me he's recording. He certainly told Tro he was recording. I'm sure if...
Go ahead and back out.
And it's utterly ridiculous. It's utterly ridiculous to sit there and say that Nick was somehow in on this when he's reporting to us the whole time that he's basically an undercover. I don't know why Keem would put fucking him in the room, one of my guys. I could only guess that he thought he could flip him, or he's so goddamn arrogant and believed that Keem Nick wanted a YouTube career so goddamn bad. That
I
he
think
could
he was
overcome
just
it.
Focused on getting
Yeah, I think everybody was just they were in a witch hunt mentality. I think I don't know. I don't want to. I don't care. He put him in. He allowed himself to get caught, and I'm glad he did because everybody is seeing what he is.
Well, just like the situations before, Keemstar is fine with you if you do something for him, but if you don't, then that's when you fuck up.
Yeah, sure.
He'll be friends with you if you're helping him.
Had somebody been doing this, if JUSTDESTINY was a friend of his, oh, holy shit.
Yeah.
I attempted to contact him a plethora of ways for assistance, but I was ignored on every front. He watched the Shot from the Point episodes where I talked about that, and the guilt in his voice when he was confronted on stream is deafening. Because even if you ignore context for the sake of your argument, you're still the guy who contacted Zoom. I mean, if I told you to jump off a bridge, would you do it? I didn't put a gun to your head and say, abracadabra, make Keemstar work with...
Yeah, let's say he wanted him. Let's pretend for a second that Nick wanted Zoom. That he really wanted to bring... Let's get our heads around this. The guy that doxed him just weeks earlier, the guy who terrified his family, that he wants Zoom a part of this, and he wants to be close to him. Let's get our heads around that. And he told Keem because that's exactly what he wanted. Okay? Doesn't matter. Keem brought him in.
Prank calls, remember?
Keem brought him in. Doesn't matter.
Zoom. You willingly made that decision, one that put you into business with a swatter.
Richmond Police Department's Division of Emergency Communication.
He was able to dox Tonka, his grandmother, Vamp,
just jokes,
Thomas Ellington, and Anal Vape, an alleged pedophile.
My boyfriend's a pedophile.
This is Zoom, supposedly his girlfriend.
You knew this from the get-go.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
Did. And by the second week that we were together, you already looked through my computer twice, and I told you everything.
I told her everything.
I didn't know you watched, like, child pornography.
Hey, Ka, go fuck yourself. You hang out with that guy, right? Oh, that was a joke. Yeah, sure. Whatever.
So we're in good company, clearly. The kind of stand-up guy that a child audience of Keemstar would be looking up to. Keemstar makes it very clear, however, that he didn't work with Zoom.
I have a couple people asking specifically, was Zoom involved?
I don't think...
Clown's not being blamed for what happened. The only thing I said, it was bad judgment. Same thing I said about Tro. Clown was not involved. You'll never find a screenshot, anything, even if they're able to dig that shit up. He invited him in.
I think it's mainly he's talking to people in the chat.
Okay.
There's a lot of people in the chat.
All right. Clown, I tell you something. Clown didn't do shit other than bring him in. I question his judgment, but I question his judgment a lot when it comes to Keem. This wouldn't be the first time I even said it here. I don't know why he can't get it through his head that this is not somebody to be around. He's one of the few people that haven't been burned. Him, Blade is the Keem champion of all time. Because I can give you a list of people that used to be his fucking friend.
So.
Well, a claim I heard, and I'm seeing in chat, is that you colluded with someone called Zoom. Is this true or not?
I don't remember.
Can you go back and look in the chat?
I may have not. You know, I was working with a lot of people, but I'm not in the. These are private conversations.
Oh wait, did I say didn't? I meant he did work with Zoom.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay, so I have his Skype name.
I see you're mooted, Blackwell Company, but you're not. Yeah, you're culpable. Anytime you could have stood up.
Because that's how I did it.
But yeah, you muted almost the whole call. I don't know why. I don't know why you would do this. I don't know if you were warned about Zoom. But again, this all could have been stopped. I mean, I suppose Keem could have went to Zoom, not gone to the NCO, done this on his own, come to his own conclusions. But who knows? Maybe he would have blamed Just Destiny and just went with it. Nick was the only guy in there saying, and you can see in his video, that I don't think this is a good idea. I think he just got pissed off by calling nuns, and he did a bunch of stupid shit, which he clearly says. That wasn't good enough.
Drama or interview with him.
Oh, I mean, he didn't know Zoom was as bad as he is.
I didn't know that Zoom was out there swatting people. That Zoom was just finding information on people, like left and right. Like, I remember being on the Kill stream as a guest, and fucking, I would like joke around and ask Zoom like what the weather's gonna be tomorrow in my area, because he was spitting out facts about fucking Tonka left and right.
Oh, did I say he didn't? I mean, he knew exactly who Zoom was. Everyone does.
Find audio of me saying I know Zoom. But I did contact Zoom. Everybody that knows Zoom knows that he fucking swatted Ralph, knows that he's doxed people. Like this.
Keem, no. He gone from no to I don't remember to maybe to I shouldn't have to tell to I didn't know he swatted him to whoever to some of this is in the same stream. That was the same stream. You can see it in the corner. To everybody that knows Zoom knows he does this. And that was probably to pass off the narrative that somehow DeOrio was in it.
Contact Zoom. Everybody that knows Zoom knows that he fucking swatted Ralph, knows that he's doxed people. Like, this is fucking known.
In fact, he knew Zoom so well that you could hear how uncomfortable he was in this clip. Here, it took place less.
No, I don't remember. I did. I didn't. I didn't know. I didn't know about the swatting. I did know about the swatting. There you go. Nothing out of his mouth makes sense. Another reason not to trust him. I thought he was capable of it. I must be psychic.
The best part is that half the people that saw Nick's video didn't see Augie's stream. And if you go back and watch Augie's stream, which I recommend to do, you will see when Keemstar realizes he fucked up because you're talking to Dan, not Keemstar.
He even says you're talking to Dan now. I'm sorry, Doom Docs. Zoom, you're out of control. You're out of control, buddy. You got to stop. He wasn't saying that night, was he?
Nope.
I'm going to go ahead and back out.
Prior. Later?
I can give a small hint.
And I'll link.
There's more evidence that Keem knew what Zoom's capable of.
Conversation this morning with an assistant district attorney in Tonka's county.
Zoom, don't you think that's going too far?
No.
Like, do we really?
By the way, every legal action that was supposedly taken upon by Zoom, predictably, none of it came true. None of it. You even see Andy looks slightly uncomfortable with this thing.
We need to put Tonka in jail. Like,
yes.
he's publicly known on the internet as a bitch. His career is done. And
Let that sink in. This was a YouTuber who made...
Here's another thing that has nothing to do with anything. See those pictures of those girls? Those are underage girls that are dressed. They're kids that are out of control. To make the connection to child pornography in this, when it's on Dr. Phil almost daily, is an absolute spit in the face. They're people that are victims of child pornography. To somehow get to Just Destiny is a pedo, and even to think for a minute that it's a ridiculous, that it's a viable question. And not to understand why people would have a visceral reaction to it. Is this appropriate for Dr. Phil to be doing it? No. Does it have shit to do with child porn and pedophilia? No. These are representations of girls that are out of control, right? Does Dr. Phil exploit these kids and parade them around and say, I'm a bad person? Yes. Does Destiny do that? Yes. Do I find it tasteless? Yes. How do we get the conflation to child pornography? How? How does it get there? How do we even think that? Why do we go this far? This is a ridiculous and stupid narrative. Call them out for exploiting kids. This has nothing to do with you fucking pedophilia fucking freaks. Nothing to do with it. It's called conflation. And it's got to stop. Because that's all we've had this year since 2019.
Clickbait thumbnails on
They're clickbait, exactly. They're clickbait. Inappropriate clickbait thumbnails. That's it. The same ones that are daytime television. So you want to tell me that fucking Dr. Phil's promoting pedophilia? You want to look me in the eye on that and say that? You want to die on that fucking hill? Come on. And because of this, you get you're talking about copyright strikes and false cease and desist, and you can look at this guy in the eye and say, "Do you touch kids? Get the fuck out of here! You're crazy."
Dr. Phil videos. All clips were from the show that literally airs on television. What the fuck? So a VPN, or would it still pop up?
No, just nothing's coming up. His username's not coming up, which was weird because I couldn't add him because I couldn't find his username. His user, well, I mean, I shouldn't really give out his private Skype, but
I'll give it to Zoom.
I have his Skype. I have his Skype name. It literally is this name, but like when I went to go add it on Skype, the name doesn't show up. He has it like hidden somewhere.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay, so I have his Skype name because that's how I did a Drumler interview with him. I run his Skype name through Skype resolvers and they don't work. Nothing comes up.
What's his Skype name?
I'm going to send it to you right now.
However, I'm going to walk you through.
He sent it to him. He sent it to that guy. The guy who is accused of watching CP with his girlfriend. The guy who doxed DeOrio. And this guy said he didn't know anything about it. And then at one stage he shows we know about it. It's just this is open and shut case. This has nothing to do with Destiny anymore. Destiny paid. Destiny's, go look at his stats. They ain't good. He hasn't uploaded since they successfully chased him off the internet. I'm glad this didn't get out as far as what Destiny is concerned. But I am glad that Nick decided to come clean and show you what goes on behind the scenes. And I would be a little remiss, maybe dishonest, if I didn't say I was glad you guys got to see what I've been telling you for 2 years, almost 3 now.
Through what had happened. Keemstar said he was going to gather his information and send Just Destiny his docs. The NCO members finally snapped out of it and alerted him that it would be unwise to threaten a man with his personal information. After the group had agreed that the information they found is who they believe was Just Destiny, they continued to look through various details of his social media profiles to see that when he was 12, he said the N-word. Keemstar then promptly told the chat that he was once again going to send Just Destiny his own docs on the ground that
Connor Howe, there you are. Don't do it. Happy.
We have deemed him a racist. Well, I'm not kidding. This is actually true. That's a...
There's Connor Howe. Don't do it. Happy, Connor? Larry, I'll read all these later.
Narrative that lasted until the person we believe to be Just Destiny himself was an ethnicity that would, let's just say...
This is the point when it was just too much. What does it say? 4 a.m. in the morning?
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to DM JD his own docs. Wish me luck.
Hey,
and everybody
allow
goes,
him...
Jesus, too soon. He'll delete more shit.
The rationale was that because he has an avatar. You don't get to do that because somebody has an avatar. Because you need him to be a pedophile to justify your stupid fucking question on Drama Alert? It's a witch hunt. It was a witch hunt that I opposed, and I was ignored. And at one point, sort of disciplined.
To use that word. At this point, me and Tommy are laughing hysterically and just making joke after joke after joke at Keemstar's expense because clearly Just Destiny wasn't a pedophile or a racist or anything. He just copy-striked a fucking 13-year-old. Keemstar had just embarrassed himself on Drama Alert and he asked a ridiculous question. After being shot down about sending Just Destiny's docs for a third time, literally for no reason on the last one, Keemstar finally snaps and sends this message. The dude pulled the victim card on me and said hate to me and everyone else that defended the kid. He's getting bullied for that. No way out.
The best of intentions. Good luck. I really don't want to hear any bullshit. I'm not in the mood. I know I'm not taking calls. I'm going to read some super chats. I'm going to read, what do they call them? Super berries? Is that what everybody calls them?
Super berries.
Super berries. Here we go. Killing Ash with $2. CAD Computers, proud of both of you for standing up against this. Thank you. Cog's streaming at the moment, and Keem is on there. I think Keem's stream is sympathetic to Cog. I don't care. If he wants to, he works with Zoom, so what the fuck? What do I care? Can't make people do this. Amazing work. I want to say Rationer 8 with an 8 in there. Down forward punch. Tommy's looking at the Jerry curl. You must. Yeah. Thanks, jerk. Hats off to Nick in this video. Absolutely, with the guts. Fully expect him to get fucking flooded with bullshit this weekend. No one can seriously call you tinfoil anymore. You should prove you're right. And I like to think when I fuck up, I own it. An IP scraper is not hacking a drive turkey. You're going to have that semantic debate with somebody else. Like I said before, you can put it on PUBG, and it's called hacks. That's a hack to me. You're going to have to live with Nick and my title. I bet. Well, actually, I don't have hacking in my title, do I? I said don't call him on Skype. That's a pretty good move.
Yeah.
And again, all you big YouTubers out there, get on the phone to him, you're nuts. I feel Keemstar's narcissistic, enjoys getting in trouble. 100% agree. I read that live. That's CAD Computers. Mandy Manx, do you think Keem's enjoying the drama? Not now. But we know he's going to enjoy getting out of it, because that's the real fun part. If somehow YouTube gets rid of him, now they don't care if Keem uses satellite channels, how much of a chance will he have when he's doing real life work? I don't think Keem needs to work the rest of his life. Larry? I feel that Keem is doing and going to get the government to come after him. I think he's working on the Wall Street Journal, which I've been saying for months. Because now he's forced to run into these, I don't know, people get mad when I say whatever the fuck that side of the internet, the IBS part. Because that little part, you can ask Ralph Retort about that. They're keyed in on that. And I got to be honest with you, some of these lefty reporters, they got their own fucking agenda, and it's way too far. And they do misrepresent stuff. But yeah, that side of the internet, they're okay with doxing and shit. I saw it myself. They don't want you dox their guys, but I've seen it enough. I think Keem's doing to get in the government to come and stop these people. I don't know. I don't even know. It probably is end of an era. We're probably done over here by the end of the year anyway. Thanks to Article 13. I still got more to read. Hi, Zakite. Long time no see. Thanks so much, Ari. I just got a VC with Keem. He had to keep muted totally. I got off the VC with Keem. He had to keep me muted, totally not guilty.
Oh, yeah, because when Augie called in, Cox said he didn't mute him, but somebody did.
Oh, so okay, yeah, totally not guilty. Oh, I got you. Dallas Pigeon, looks like Zoom needs a few more spankings from Nick. I don't think Nick got a spanking at all. This is what he is. They use Zoom as a weapon to shut up other people because they're afraid of what he'd do. And it's obviously, he'll even go farther than Keem's comfortable. We proved that here. Proved that here without a doubt. Baked bean, get a Tommy, they eat asses. Yuck. I heard that's a thing nowadays. I don't get that at all. Ew. Keem got his own ass handed to him. Now we're busting balls. He's acting like a bitch. Pathetic. That's fine with me. I don't care. Don't care, virgin. And that's all of it. The last thing I want to point out, and the final thing, and I think I've covered anything on this, I'm super glad that the attacks on Nick's character haven't worked. It's a red herring. The accusation is he spread the docs and he fucking tried to hack. Or do a Skype resolver. Don't know if it's officially hacking in the hacking guidebook. Whatever the fuck it is. The proof is that he went on a witch hunt. He was looking for a crime based on thumbnails. And really based on a minus on Social Blade. He also admits that on stream. I found that. By the way, that was my other contribution. I found the part where he said, I'm going to war with this guy. I lost 3,000 subs. That's the next video, too. Links in the description below. This is intimidation. It broke my heart to see him in there and me ignored because I knew what he's capable of. I'm sorry you didn't know what he's capable of, clown. I hope you know now. I hope he's not healthy for any chat. Work with a guy like that,
and this whole
and
thing
then try to pull Nick into it. You did it too. Well, I didn't do it. And this whole thing is fucked from the top down. The other thing I want to point out, last fucking thing. Only problem I had with Tro's interview. Tro claims in his interview with Augie that he actually confronted Keem and kicked him out, or suggested he kicked him out. He doesn't use those words. That's not true. It's actually a lot more comical than that. When he's completely getting out of control, he started kicking people out of the room. And Tro's the owner of the chat, and he tried to kick Tro and he kicked him out, and they kept him out after that. Nobody confronted him.
Because if you kick the owner...
Dep Nerd City that I saw. Yeah. Dig him up. Go clear your name, guys. Dig him up. You can see me in there. Can't wait. Something tells me we're never going to see that shit. Dig him up. I can't dig him up. I tried to scroll back before I left. I couldn't scroll back that far. So you can take tinfoil, stick it up your ass. It's impossible for you to know. Thanks so much, Dallas, for having that. That's a good idea. Hey, YouTubers, look out.
This is the almighty infinite, independent excellence. Devil fighting, rebel titan, weed smoking alchemist. Fake identities, okay, you cool with Jason Bourne. Running with these Wolverines, okay, you about to catch a storm. I ain't never been a liar, got tired of niggas playing me. Head in my legs like she about to catch a pedigree. Chi-town to King's home, slapping fives, black stones. 6 mile to danger zones, bullets look like waffle cones. Folk affiliated to evolution.
Who cares, Larry? I don't.
Like I'm Shit Kelly. They feel my struggle, I express it through my hip hop. I'm about to make it hard to breathe. Here's a headline.
Well, Baited was a lie when I was there. Shit. I mean, why would it be any good now? Why should it continue? It's just bullshit.